Brody swing the dough and up the pole cause you a scope for real. I don't need no promo, bitch, I'm really screaming fuck a deal. I'm with the gang, bitch. I can't never beef about a bop, man, fuck that lame, bitch. Pull up in my truck, I'm swinging, bitch, you know I lane switch. My niggas got the glizzy, yeah, we all up on the same shit. Just stay up in your lane, jit, this shit here can get dangerous. Hey, man, this shit here.
You already know what the fuck going on, man. QC the motherfucking game, bitch. We coming at you hot and spectacular, bitch. You already know what the fuck going on. Pull up in the 2018 ATSV. We out here doing shit, boy. Pull up, get your money right. You already know what time it is. Look at this. Slide that motherfucker back down, bitch.
Don't let the feds know. Alright, so y'all remember this truck. Just refreshing the front end, making sure everything's retorqued, put some more grease in it. And then we're gonna be putting some smaller blocks. I believe these are, they look like 4-inch blocks. They look like the ones that's in my truck. I'm taking the U-bolts loose now. About to go ahead and get everything prepared so that way I can drop it. Should drop it probably about 3-4 inches because the ones that are in here now are the 7-inch FTS blocks that are in here. But yeah, man, about to go ahead and start knocking all this shit out and taking care of all this and just getting to it. And then we should be having a Ford F-150 coming in for a leveling kit later on today or tomorrow. Let's get to it and knock it out. All right, so I got the rear blocks installed. I got the front up right now. About to go ahead and look over everything, retorque everything, make sure everything's good to go, and put some grease in there. You can see got the blocks in there. Sits pretty close. When you're tucking sevens, boy, you gonna touch. Trying to get this knocked out so that way I can take a little break and wait for this F-150 to pull up. So yeah, man, been working hard, trying to get all this stuff done, and it's going smooth. So let's get it. All right, so got her done. She's all sitting out. About to text him, tell him come pick it up. It doesn't rub too bad in the back, only whenever you hit bumps, and it doesn't really dig into the tire at all. It's looking good, so I think he'll be satisfied with this. It's looking good. Glad I got it knocked out pretty quick, so he'll be definitely satisfied, and hopefully we'll be seeing more coming soon. The Project EG hatch pretty soon. As soon as I get this one out of here, I am selling this one to Gramp, so got to get the timing belt put on this one, and then we'll be good to go. But as far as this one, this is going to be the race car build. Not sure if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see all the updates and shit on that. Not sure how many of y'all are interested in fast-ass Hondas or some shit like that, but this one's going to be on the channel for sure. I'm going to be doing a lot of welding and fabrication, custom work for this car. It's really just going to be more likely a race car that I can take on the street. But in the initial stages, I'm gonna just make it to where it's a pretty quick street car, and then just go from there. All right, so we got F-150 in today for a leveling kit. I'm gonna be doing some maintenance on his side steps and just a couple more things just to get this thing right. As you can see, it's kind of nose diving a little bit in the front. I believe honestly that 3-inch level will make it level with the rear, just because of how much of a gap difference that there is in the front and the back. But about to go ahead and start ripping this thing apart. Went ahead and got the center cap pulled off. All the lugs are broken, and about to get this thing in the air, put it on the jack stands so I can go ahead and get to work. It is a 2-wheel drive, so shouldn't take me long at all. Most of these 2-wheel drive Fords I knock out within, you know, a couple hours, and it's pretty simple. You ain't got to deal with the axles and all that shit. So this will be a quick and easy install, and something to get them right. He said that he's been quoted some high prices on certain things, and I just want to get them all taken care of. I'm gonna be doing some brakes and rotors as well, and I'll be checking his brake fluid and stuff like that while I'm there. All right, I got it up in the air, and about to go ahead and start getting everything loose, start taking everything off. All I really gotta do with a 2-wheel drive is disconnect the upper ball joint, take the brake caliper off. I'll be changing the rotors and the brakes anyway, so those will be coming off regardless. Take the tie rod loose. There's a dust shield that has like 3, 7, or 8 millimeter bolts that hold it on. These are the 3-inch leveling spacers that you have. You put these on top of the strut, and that's what gives you the lift. All right, so got the spring out. About to go ahead and put the spacer on top. So this is really all you got to do when you got a two-wheel drive is just disconnect the upper ball joint. Like I said, I left the hub and everything on here. Just got the brake caliper just resting up here so the line isn't stretched out. And just disconnected the tie rod. This was kind of loose whenever I took it off, so good thing we're getting in alignment, because yeah, this shit was, I don't know, they must not have tightened the bolt all the way, or it was just loose. We'll go ahead and do this. Go ahead and put this on top of here, go ahead and knock everything out, and then I'll show you kind of what it looks like when it's done, and then we'll knock the other side out. So let's go. All right, so went ahead and got the new brakes in, got the new pads, new rotors, everything's tightened up on that side, and then on this side same thing, just replicated everything on the other side, so everything's ready to go. These were the old brake pads. Look like they, I don't know, these are still pretty good, but look like they were getting some heat to it. That one's pretty much gone. It's got some real deep gashes in it, but it was about time to change both. Now it should be riding smooth, no noises, no nothing. So yeah, about to go ahead and put these wheels on and then drop it on the ground, try to see how it looks, and then we'll be going from there. All I'll have to do after this is just maintenance these little side steps and change the fluid, and it'll be pretty much ready to go. And got this done in probably like 2-3 hours this morning. Just knocked everything out, and it's pretty easy whenever you're working on two-wheel drives. So yeah, man, about to go ahead and continue and put the wheels on, drop it on the ground, see how it looks leveled, and then just go from there. All right, so here she is. She's all the way done. About to take it to get an alignment and get it right. I'm gonna see if the exhaust guy's in, see if he can knock something out. Not sure how I'm gonna get that done. I really don't have anybody to pick me back up, and usually it takes all damn day to do exhaust, so not sure if I'll be able to get that done, but I'll see if anybody's free today. If not, I just won't be able to get it done. But as far as everything else, it's all complete. Got some new brake fluid in there, got new rotors, new brake pads, and the leveling kit been installed, so everything is looking good so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on the road so I can get this done. All right, so got the Honda finished up last night, so finally gonna be able to clean this up and deliver it to Grump today. Gotta go get a valve cover gasket because the other ones are pretty fucked up, so gonna change that out, and then I'll be cleaning this up, detailing it, and then I can get to work on my other project. All right, so we changed the lanes here, got the Dodge in, got 2 of the rear shocks put in, about to start working on the fronts. The rears are just like any other truck. You just take the bolts out and then just drop the shocks up in there. You can see that one, and then if you look through there, you can see the other side. It's a lot more stiffer in the rear, so hopefully it'll help whenever he's towing. And the fronts are the ones that are really blown to shit. I could pretty much rock this truck back and forth. You can hear the shocks, so they're pretty fucked. About to go ahead and put all brand new shocks in here, so that way we can get my man's rolling and get him on the road and hauling some shit safely. Got to air this tire up. It's I guess it just lost the air by just sitting here, but you can see the other shock here. So with these 2500s, most of the diesels and shit like that, you can take the shocks out and replace them without dropping everything and even taking the wheels off. So that's the method that I'm going to be taking right now. The only thing is you have to take it out through here. Now, if you can see right here, that's the top of the strut. I just took this bolt off. If you do not have a fucking impact, I highly suggest you invest in one for this, because from a lot of people, they say that with these struts, the stud inside the strut itself likes to spin once you put any tool on it. So impact will definitely get it off. I had to take it a couple spins and it came right off. So all I gotta do now is take this little cage off, this shock tower, and I can slide the strut all the way out once I get the bottom bolt taken off. And then we'll be on some new struts. And as you see, Jason brought his truck back and we got the square body out here. So we're gonna be taking the lift off of this today, between today and a couple days. we should be having this lift all the way off. Hopefully I'm gonna try to get this done by Tuesday. Just literally gonna be taking everything off of this, putting it back stock, because I believe he has the lift sold already. As soon as I get this out of here, roll this one in, and start taking everything apart, and I'll have this one pretty much ready to go and ready to ride. He does have to get a U-joint fixed, but that'll be something easy for later on. He can get that done once he gets in alignment or something like that. But yeah, man, just working and trying to get all this shit done. Got a lot of people coming in, so it's gonna be a lot of videos coming in. Some of them gonna be small jobs, some of them gonna be bigger jobs, but just trying to get everything done and try to get everybody situated so that way I can keep new customers coming in and keep business flowing and just keep rocking. All right, so we got one of the shocks in, got everything pretty much ready to go. Everything's tightened. Had to put some PB blaster on there just to break those bolts loose, but other than that, it's sitting pretty solid. So going ahead, and I got everything off the top of this one. So like I said, you got to take this little shock tower bracket off, and it's 314 millimeters. It could be 15s. It just depends on whoever fucked with it before. But as you see, shock is loose. Just got to put a jack up under the frame just to release some of that tension that's on the strut pushing it down. That way you can get that bracket off, and then I just have it here sitting to the side right here just until I put everything back together. But just got this bolt loose under here, so let's get up under here. Oh shit. So as you see, this bolt here, there's a lot of steering components in the way. If you see that little hole right there, that's where the strut bolt goes into. So going ahead, and I have an extension in here, you can see. I got it loose, so go ahead and break it apart. So I gotta pull this extension out piece by piece because it's such a tight spot in here. But after you get it out, you should be able to get this bolt out. It's kind of hard with just this angle and all this shit in the way, but here we are. So got this out. I'll set this to the side. Then I come up top, and then it's pain free. All you got to do is pull this bitch up out of here. Now sometimes you got to get it off of the mount that's below it, because sometimes they'll be rusted in place, so you have to do a little bit of a pull on it. This one wasn't coming out too easy. Had a lot of dirt and stuff in there, seized. So I went up under here underneath the spring, and as you see, got it loose. Just fucking around with it a little bit. So now it should be painless, and I should be able to pull this bitch straight out just like so. And just like that, you got your strut out, and all you got to do is repeat the instructions, and that's that. So we'll go ahead and throw this back together and go ahead and get it on the ground and pull it out, because now once I get this shock in, I'm gonna take it for a little test drive, make sure that it rides stiff and everything settles in. Like I said, I gotta pump that tire up, but once I get all that done, I'm gonna go ahead, take it for a test drive, and then see how it goes, and then park it, let him come get it, and then it'll be done. All right, so went ahead and got the Dodge done. So it rides a whole lot better. It's a lot smoother. Once that U-joint gets changed out, it should be 100% fine to go on the road. Everything's tightened up, ready to go, torqued down. So got this one in position to get it out of here, and then got Jason's inside the shop already, because I'm gonna get started on that later on tonight. But as far as the OBS, we're waiting on parts on that, so we'll be getting on that pretty soon. But I am going to be putting the rear blocks in the back of my truck, just see what it looks like. I don't really give a fuck about the squat law shit. I'm just doing it because I don't know, man, I'm just getting tired of this shit at this point. And you know, I ain't really seen how it look leveled. I've never had this truck leveled, so guess we'll see what it looks like. But I'm about to slide out, and I'll pick back up with y'all later on tonight when I get to work on the new body. So let's get it.